How do we feel about this one? Ballot, no ballot?
No ballot.
Can I make a motion to suspend the necessity of ballots for all elections that only have one candidate for the rest of convention?
Second.
I didn't know. Yeah. Okay, we have a motion on the floor to.
The bylaws state that, because I know there's something that takes paper ballots, and I'm not sure which one. So I
yeah.
questioned the other one because I thought maybe it was this one.
Yeah, let me look.
We can also just do balloting very quickly, all. Point of information, I know in 2024 we elected officers with no ballots in the system. Now, of course, that doesn't 100% mean we weren't contradicting the bylaws, but I say 99%.
So I will say, given the prior way we did this, it's worded very similarly between the two of them. Chosen by majority vote, 2/3 vote, I think it's majority now, and then it's worded exactly the same. So I'm going to go with my prior ruling on that and say that's not well taken. So the motion on the floor is to suspend the rules and allow all positions going forward, if they are uncontested, to be one candidate and NOTA, that they will be by raised hands. Those in favor of that, please raise your hands. Okay, you can lower them. Those opposed? Yeah, that's the one. I did, yeah, should have been by voice, but we're good. Cool, so the motion passes, and we will do this by raised hands going forward. All right, so nomination is for vice chair. Would you like to?
Probably not. As most of you know, I'm Brian Allen. When you elected me back in 2024, I promised I would do the work, and since then I've tried to live up to that promise. And today is the day that you get to decide for yourselves whether I have or not. So if you think I've been doing a good job and want me to keep going, I would very much appreciate your vote. And if you think I've not been doing a good job, then there is NOTA. So thank you, everybody, and I look forward to continuing my work for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. No nominations. They are now closed. We'll move this to a vote. Those in favor of Brian Allen for vice chair, please indicate by raising your hands. Okay, you can lower them. Those in favor of NOTA. All right. Mr. Allen is our newly elected vice chair. All right, the next position is secretary. So I will entertain nominations for secretary.
I nominate Sergio for secretary.
Second.
And
That's a yes.
Is that a yes or a no, sir?
Zane, are you running?
If I'm nominated.
I accept for now.
Okay,
I'm gonna nominate Dan Fleck.
Dan Fleck.
Sure.
So sure. All right. We have 2 nominations.
I would nominate Zane Quasey.
second.
All right. Do you accept?
I do.
All right.
We got 3. Okay.
3 nominations. All right.
Motion to close.
What was that?
I make a motion nomination to close.
I will just close it. Nominations are now closed, and we will now yield the floor to, we'll go in the order that they were nominated. Sergio?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sergio. You've probably seen me on the PowerPoint pictures every other slide for some reason. And also, I've been doing volunteer work here for a while. One thing I've noticed in all the committees I've served in is that we kind of have no notes of any of the committees. Like, one XCOM gets elected, they get sat in all their committees, they do their stuff, and then they leave, and there's no record of anything. The next time a new XCOM gets sat, they do their stuff, they get their committees, and they leave with nothing. There's no record of anything. There's no record of who we to, what we've done in past activities. There's not really any record of anything. So that's kind of been one concern of mine. I've been thinking about running for secretary, and if elected, I would really want to take a look at that system and have the committees actually take a look and record the stuff that they're doing so that we can have notes as to what we've done in the past, who we can go to for what, and where we can get the things that we need for making this party actually work. I've been a volunteer for a while, and it's been so annoying whenever I need something and there's no record, there's no documentation of what to do, where to go, who to ask. I have to kind of make up things as I go. Like, whenever I have to do a mailer, I don't know who to go to. I just kind of go to Elizabeth for everything, and she's been gratefully approving all of my stuff. But really, there's no system behind the walls. So that's one thing I want to take care of as secretary, is actually kind of making a structure for the volunteers and for the committees. Because without that, there's just no way to work. I mean, I'm a testament of like having to put in so many hours just to figure out how to do stuff. So that's really the main thing I want to run on if elected as secretary. So.
So I'm Dan Fleck, and I do have a pulse that wasn't mentioned before, so just in case anyone's wondering. I'll try and be brief. My kind of thing is I want people to be more active, and so I think we need to have kind of notes that people can access, meetings, broadcasts made easily accessible, keep people involved in knowing what the party's doing. So I think, base camp and all this, it's kind of a mess as to where stuff's taking place, and nobody kind of can keep track of their membership status and all this. So I think getting all that in order and making it accessible and keeping people involved and engaged would be my primary goal.
Man, I feel like I've been talking a lot, so I'll try to keep this quick. So as most of you know, I'm Zane Placey. I became secretary in January 2023. This is my fourth convention, and I'll be the first to admit that the secretary is not exactly the most time-intensive position that we have in LP Georgia, far from it. But it does require a pretty good knowledge of a lot of technical aspects of how things work, and a lot of the work that I do is kind of the sort of thing that you shield your eyes from because you'd rather not know that it even happens at all. And I do have to say, I was sitting there listening to Sergio's speech, and I'm like, man, those are good ideas. Why didn't I? So I can't stand up here and pledge to do the same exact thing that somebody else just campaigned on. But if you do think that I've been serving as a very competent secretary for the past 3 years, I'm happy to work with any committees to organize them. I mean, heck, I have been keeping XCOM organized for the past 3 years, and if I can keep them organized, I'm sure the rest of the committees will be a breeze too. So I would appreciate your vote. Yeah, thank you.
All right, we will take this to a balloted vote. There are 3 candidates and NODA, technically 4.
Is executive director something that is voted on by this body, or is that appointed by the executive?
Hired by the vice chair.
Under direction by the executive. Is this vote for one, or is this ranked choice?
Vote for one. Those are Decide.
Yeah, sure.
This is for,
Did anybody not get one?
Mr. Chair, can you name off the candidates again, please?
Yes, yes, yes. The candidates are Zane Placey, Sergio Ortega, and Dan Fleck.
Is there anybody who was supposed to get a ballot that did not get one? Everybody share one, two, three. That's all we share one. Spoke earlier. Fill out a group. Down the street, we got yellow street.
So the last one.
Any other ballots? I prefer it not.
Did anybody's ballot not get collected?
I got one. Yeah, whenever you want. I think that's okay. My house was the main one.
Space on it, so you're gonna cut your options too long.
I'm only gonna do it one at a time.
I think if you're.
My small airport.
Okay. Do you still need a Mountain Dew? What's that? Do you still need a Mountain Dew?
Yeah, there's a big cap about this
Not necessarily, but
Oh my God, it's the
Results are ready.
No way.
We are going to a second ballot at this point. Mr. Fleck will fall off and be between Sergio Ortega and Zane Place in school. We'll do a second ballot for this one, and we will have our team.
I'm sorry.
Total votes, 51, 3 blanks. 31%.
they also had it for the stuff. I think it's like 40, whatever, something, 5 or 6. I need something that's going to be so, I mean,
That's pretty good.
so I've got to work out where I do feel happy. So if I end up with I feel happy too. I'll go to the truck and I'll go have it too. Then next week we do this one.
Yeah. This ain't simple, this is
Does anybody need a ballot? Who has not received one?
I got you. We're doing
So it ain't necessarily four.
Sure. What's it hot for though?
Yeah, a handful of dudes.
And if they don't drive away. Yeah, it's on the. Actually,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm. Thank you. I wrote the name on it and then I'm like, okay, I must have already handed this in.
Did we not get anybody's ballot?
Of course, we're doing the same thing twice, kind of.
So they want everybody to come in.
Yeah.
None of it's.
Right, we have our results back. Mr. Ortega takes it with 31 votes.
Point of privilege, Mr. Chair. I want to say thank you, Zane, for the work you've done being secretary. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try something very slightly different, just so we get a little bit faster going in and out. Let's try and do it in like 20 minutes. We're gonna do the district caucuses. So like, don't disappear on me, don't run off to anywhere crazy, but I'm gonna assign somebody to just be the person for each district, and they will kind of take the crew, just follow that person, okay? So for PSC, can you show them that? Okay, so for PSC 2, Colin, I'm gonna have you be in charge of that. PSC 3, everybody know Colin, raise your hand. Okay, PSC 2, PSC 3, I'm gonna have Brian be in charge of that. PSC 4, I'm gonna have David Barker be in charge of that. Okay, PSC 5, you wanna take it? Andy's got it. Is there somebody in PSC 1? Mark is in PSC 1. Okay, so Mark is PSC 1. If you're not familiar with what your location is, we'll show it in just a second. Okay. Actually, can we go back to the expectations really quick, just to do that? Because I think that's an important one to. Okay, so just so everyone's aware, the executive committee it's a big deal. It's important to the functioning of our party. So it is a big deal, and it does have requirements and expectations that go alongside.
Incumbents, how much they fund.
Yeah, so that was the report that got posted to the Basecamp HQ channel.
Okay. I wrote it in seconds for you to get in your attention. But like, I guess that was,
I mean, I can do that now if you want to hear it.
Okay, we'll leave it. It's we'll say it's bad. Can we say it's bad? It's bad. So yeah. So we do want to raise the bar on this. If you're going to be on the executive committee, show up. If you're going to be on the executive committee, meet your funding requirements. It's $250. Be participating in the meetings. Be participating in your district, especially if you're a district rep. Your job is to be raising up affiliates in that district. So the goal of this is to not just be meeting sitters, meeting attendees. It's to be the leaders of the party. So that's part of the executive committee piece here. Also, you need to be serving on at least one committee. And like we said, fundraising, at least $250 annually. And we have lots of ways that you can do that. Showing up to events and paying for the events, bringing a friend, those kinds of things. Getting new people signed up, those kind of things are all in that realm. Everybody should be doing that, but especially the executive committee. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this. We have our map. If you want to pull that up for me. And if you don't know where you're at, the map is here. You can look here and find your person. So again, find your place. For each of you guys, just raise your hand. You can put your hands up in whatever number you are, and we'll break out for. Yeah, PSC 1 gets 2, PSC 2 gets 3, PSC 3 gets 3, PSC 4 gets 4, 3, and PSC 5 gets 4.
PSC 4, just corner right hand here.
Awesome, thank you.
Let's go to this.
Yep.
Who's 5?
I'm going. Where's 5?
Five. Okay. District 3. 4. District 3.
No, I'm still not, but I am.
We are District 3.
I know, but I'm like, so I'm not on that weird sliver on the other side of the mountain that's the next, you know?
District meeting.
That's right.
So you are, I'm in You're five.
All in favor of electing Reed as, say aye.
This feels familiar. Adjourning the objection to adjourning. Are we allowed to handle the other well?
Well, we need one. I am serious about actually doing. I'll be honest. This last year was like, I was free from running for president, which was a bit of an insult. I'm starting to think we're affiliate meetings and president. But also really
Charles?
Yeah.
You and I are the one that has to choose which of these three. So are you
Running for
going
governor
to?
is much better.
Right. He's not almost. Right, he's not voting, so it's really.
Oh, but you're not.
And you're not voting. So it's the three of us.
But you missed, yeah, you didn't really. Say one of my favorite pictures of a military party.
Sure, tell me what you got. Give me yours.
I used to be there. And we was up there, John Monson, so I go in, there's a furry in the background. And someone said, the Libertarian They had a suit, I had the humor because I think they're three. Yeah,
That's really like a weird, like, that's one, this is three.
Excuse me, y'all, which one's PSC 5?
Which one's four, actually?
4?
4 is here.
4 is over there.
Okay, so they're there.
Well, at least you can go. tell each other.
You better
You know, it's kind of gets political here. The odds of coming back really good play.
You done? You just done? Nobody's gonna be at the party. Not one?
Not stoked enough
I know
Clearly will not rest in one family. Whoever makes the option of right now, that's halfway there. I
Let's start reeling it back in. Everybody can come on back.
Well, I'm Brent. I'm thinking about all this stuff. I will be very careful. Thank you. Oh, yep, bottom of my computer.
What, right now?
Yeah.
I'm down to 77. Oh, 84. Yeah, yeah. You checking your pulse?
Well, yeah, that's the requirement. Oh, it's up to 9. Crap.
There you go.
Got too excited saying I had a pulse.
I did too.
All right, we have all from PSC 1, Mark Mosley and Mason Corey have been elected. From PSC 2, Laura Owens, Katie Gordon, and Alan Hill have been elected. From PSC 3, Kyle Davis, Chase Oliver, and Christine Austin have been elected. From PSC 4, David Barker, Daniel Fleck, and Ryan Graham have been elected. And from PSC 5, Andy Bolden, Amanda Underwood, Andrea Holt, and Mitch Johnson have been elected.
All right, looking forward to a great next year. So the next piece for us, you want to go to the next slide. Is the election of the at-large executive committee members. Same deal here. These are just, everyone is electing these folks, so I will open nominations for the at-large executive committee members.
What information are we going to ask? How many members do we need to nominate and elect today?
4.
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Will Richard.
Will Richards.
I accept.
All right.
I'd like to nominate Colin McKinney.
I'll second.
But point of personal privilege, I need to be recording everyone who does the nominating and everyone who is nominated, so we could go a little bit slower.
Okay, the nomination for Will Richards came from Andy Bolden.
Yeah.
The nomination for Colin McKinney came from Tiffany Gore.
Thank you.
I would like to nominate Zane Blackie.
Placky.
Not accept.
Zane does not accept. Will,
I nominate Kerry McLean.
Carrie McLean,
Wait,
she accepts. Will Richards.
Colin McKinney nominates Amber Howell, Amanda Reed, and John Turbish.
Okay, all 3 of those people, do we see 1, 2, 3. Any other nominations?
I would like to nominate John Dervish.
He's already
You
nominated.
did? I'm sorry. My brain's not working anymore, guys.
Yeah, it's next spot. It's a wonderful endorsement.
Good.
We're going to put them up on the screen. Are there any other nominations? All right, we're going to close nominations. All right, we're going to hear our nominating speeches, so we'll go in the order on the screen. Will Richards, if you'd like to come to the front and do a speech. It'll be 3 minutes.
So, for those who don't know, I am William Richards. I have served 2 terms on the XCOM. I have, as a district representative for District 4 in my hometown of Dalton. I have helped with 1 federal campaign, collected at least over 500, maybe 600 signatures. It was not enough to meet the 23,000 signature threshold, 5% of the population of the district. But I've served on the Public Policy Committee, the Platform Committee, the Bylaws Committee, Convention Committee, and I've also distributed a fair amount of literature for our party at convenience stores and local businesses across particularly Northern and Northwest Georgia. So, thank you.
I yield my time.
That'll get some votes.
She's got a poll.
Hi. Hi all. I also have a pulse. My name is Carrie. I served last year on the XCOM for District 4. I'm also the current Director of Communication. So I don't know if you all have seen some changes there, but if you have and you like them, then vote for me, I suppose.
All right. Amber?
Can I yield?
There you go.
I'll actually say something. I'm Kevin. I was kind of involved in LP, Missouri before I moved down here a couple years ago. Did about 3 months running around the country with Spike, dressed up as the Boogaloo Boys, pulling security for him. Just wanted to get involved in this party starting last year, and the only issue I've had with this party since I joined is a lack of transparency from XCOM, so I want to get involved so I can see what's going on.
Hi, I'm John. I've been around for about a decade now, but I've only been on the XCOM once. And I will say I'm pretty good about checking my email and responding. So if you want someone on the XCOM that you can reach out to with your concerns, I'm a good pick for that.
All right, we'll let you guys do the ballots. These are done by majority approval voting. So vote for everyone that you approve of to be on the executive committee as an at-large. Does that make sense to everybody? Everyone that, correct. You can vote for 0, you can vote for 6.
So, as people who remember this debate from last year will know, it is specifically majority approval voting. So it will be the top 4 vote getters, assuming that all of them get at least a majority approval. If fewer than 4 people get majority approval, then there will just be, I think we can reopen nominations, but no one who did not get a majority will be allowed on.
Correct.
That is what majority can. 50% plus. That's true, it's true. If you were.
Top 4, assuming a majority.
How many can we vote for?
As many as you approve of.
Like 0, 0, 0.
That could be.
What's the, what do you say?
Peanut gallery.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like, I don't even
While we are doing this, please everyone note that there is a silent auction out in the back as you come in. Make sure that as you go out, you put lots of dollars down. We want lots of bids on all of those things. Some of that silver is getting close to spot, but I still think it's below, so you might get a discount, but I don't want to see a discount. It ends when I say it ends. So, it's not over until it hits the reserve, and the reserve is at least $150 each. So, yeah, we got to.
We have time to drink tonight. We'll wait until the front bids are done.
Yes, we'll wait until Trump bids are done. We should have been smoothing everybody up, getting the liquor through.
Someone said they needed a bed. Yes, sir. Hopefully not, but we'll get there.
So let's make a list of, you know, the biggest cities.
Oh, wait, actually, since this
Yeah,
is
for
a year
Nobody realized that. It's like you're posting your own book.
You guys got done with yours or not yet? Do you want to vote for what you did? Kinda. Let's get it cheap.
Would you please,
What's that? Yeah, did you miss one?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can catch up.
Yep. You already qualified delegate. Do you remember? You want to see it again?
No. Does anyone still have their ballot?
Yeah, I got a bunch over here. Who's yelling at me? Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe you should be on board.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wrap.
It's hard to find somebody for
Do we have all the ballots now?
All right, we also have another announcement. At 7 o'clock, there will be a game show. Who are you smarter than a politician? It's going to be, man, I just did it again. Zane, Chase, and Kat, and they are going to be on this game show competing. $50 if you haven't bought a package. If you have bought a package, you're included already. It's going to be 7 o'clock. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a really good time. So please make sure to be there. It's going to be a really good time. You can still buy tickets if you haven't already. You can also buy a meal for dinner as well. So those are limited, but they are available. So get with us if you have not done that, and it's going to be great.
Will it be a hootenanny or a shindig?
It's going to be a shindig.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was hoping for a hoopla. I'm not a hollow balloon. There will be tomfoolery.
There are shenanigans with that.
Yeah. Also, Proud Libertarian is right around this backside. If you want to go around this corner or around this corner, there's a table there. Daniel is doing great stuff back there. All this stuff's really cool. Buy some stuff. We appreciate his support of LP Georgia. So we want you to support him, support the people who support us, and make it a libertarian economy. Is there anybody who said that they were not going to be a delegate to national, or were not interested in that wanted to be? If you did not help here, and we'll get you taken care of. If and you would have told Zane earlier today when you checked in. So if that has changed, please come up and we'll get you marked off on here as well.
That's what I said. I'll say the weird, I'll bet you know what I'll do is I'll say the weird synonyms or the thing that I forgot.
Like, did it get that time?
I literally, when we all walked back there and walked back there.
That's how much life you do.
So pick an area that's central, and then which direction in that circle. I do geometry. It's great. I repeat this. So look at it, you know, somewhere within this circle. And then which direction is based on? Which area?
Oh, you're the one who.
You know, within circle.
Yeah, that's what
They disaffiliated. They self-disaffiliated. They were so angry, like that they were just yeah, so they thought. And they eventually. That's the original.
Yeah, that is honestly, that's quickly trying to get he was like,
Well, I'm not sure what's next.
the Liberal Party. Or less accepting. I'm like, I'm not anarchist, but
So, I haven't switched it all. You know,
It's out there.
a lot of them were so sick.
This way.
They just.
So, this way, it's across by moderate wood. That way.
So I know, maybe.
Just an outfit in the top of your bag. And I also want to take your t-shirt.
I thought you were.
I wasn't. I dropped out. Honestly, when like things broke apart, I kind of dropped out of politics. I was burned out anyway. It's like. It's like. You get to take it on. You need to work. Yeah.
Really? Bourbon Spring?
I was asking them about
We honestly, we saw. Me and my friends doing what we traditionally was our first. There was like 6 mid-tour stop.
So we just decided to smart security. I think it was a mistake. Well, I put in effort. We did that. It was actually about something like, and then you need to have a very different. That was all. Everything I put in. Yeah. Yeah. So you got it. Those people like to return party. That's how
No. Oh, I know. What's really infuriating about that is like.
You got it. You're gonna keep that one.
I know.
I think we're gonna put a time on that. We'll see how that yes.
Well, I mean, we might have, like, you have like, you have like civilian dining from that's the balance to you, the feather on the side of the weight, like, oh, that's what you're doing.
Insurance, here's what all these people eat breakfast. These are all. Just that thing.
Yes. They said that because they developed the software, they're a bank, and therefore subject to money laundering. I mean, does the hypocrisy like surprise you? Money's not real. So Maduro out of his bed, I mean, 60 days after we pardoned the president. Like, there's no reference. Like the regulatory body will oversee they said that's just facilitate. They don't even facilitate. They wrote so they win with that. So they're like, yeah, you're a but like, yeah, the regulator doesn't have to say. That's just that. It's like you're making a bet. Yeah, do it on that. You're a bank. You know, just that's not easy. I'm like, I don't know what this organization do. I'll say what is it? Yeah, because like that's like you can't throw everyone over the top of it because you can't everyone there's always whether from any. And so like, you kind of like the custom everything for everyone. They originally had like sorry, 75. And then without notice, they got replaced. Which is like
That's a year, which.
Well, like, she would have let me have the.
Oh, yeah.
She had like everything.
Per day.
This person was.
That's per month. About 3 billion. So, yes, 3 billion. For a Harvard line. 3 million a year.
I'm on the, like, side of the
It's a good location. They have facilities, you know.
All right, the results are in for the at-large. All right, so the top four are Colin McKinney, John Turpish, Kevin Mandarini, and Amber Howard. All right, that fills out our executive committee for 2026, going into 2027. So the next order of business, if you want to flip that to the slide, is delegates to national. So here is the deal. We have 32 people signed. We have 32 people signed up as delegates. We have 30 spots open. So before we make a big deal about it, I'll ask if anyone is not sure if they're going to go, or if anybody is willing to back off and be a ranked alternate, and then decide on the order of those alternates.
Point of information?
Yes.
Over the last couple of cycles, how many folks have dropped off with the alternates bumped up? Is that pretty normal?
It's basically almost guaranteed. So it's like, if you're a ranked alternate, most likely you're going to be on. There's always a few people who drop off, end up not being able to make it.
Mr. Chairman, I'm definitely going. I'll be a rank alternate though.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I mean, ranked.
When we get there and we have alternates, is there a system that we use to bump them up? Is it going to be number 1, 2, 3, or do we?
It's ranked.
It is ranked.
Yeah, and so the two will have to decide between themselves. Do the same?
I was removed, wasn't I?
Yes.
Thank you.
I was gonna put myself in alternate.
Okay. We have 3.
So we're good? We're good now? We got enough?
Yeah, I think we're good, but we can.
Do you mind just reading the list?
Sure. Yep.
On the list of 30, I have, in alphabetical order, Brian Allen, Christine Austin, David Barker, Sean Beam, Thomas Blooming, Andy Bolden, Michael Burns, Timothy Canny, Doug Craig, Kyle Davis, Daniel Fleck, Ruby Gordon, Ryan Graham, Kat Hartley, Andrea Holt, Amber Howell, Hiram Hauk, Kevin Mandarini, Frank Mansky, Daniel McGee, Colin McKinney, Ramon Miller, Mark Mosley, Chase Oliver, Sergio Ortega, Laura Owens, Stephen Phillips, Zane Placey, William Richards, John Turbish. Did I not call the name of anyone who wants to be a delegate?
what I'm gonna do is for those,
Did you purposely not call the ranked alternates?
Yes, so in this case, with 2 ranked alternates, and you would have to decide who's alternate number 1 and who's number 2.
Okay.
Stephanie Bolden, Mitchell Johnson.
and Daniel McGee.
So.
Where did he go? He's
listed in the.
Well, I was in the third.
okay, cool. All right. Sweet. So what we can do with this, okay, what I'm going to propose is that we do this by a slate. It's a 2/3 vote. Can I ask if there's any objection? Hearing none, everybody on this slate that has been listed is a delegate. I'm going to ask for the 2, just to decide what order you want to be in, and then let us know, and then we'll.
Number 1, number 2.
Done. All right. So we have a slate of delegates for National Convention. Easy enough. Thanks, everybody. I always entertain motions to adjourn.
Yeah, hey, that would solve the problem, wouldn't it?
Don't we have one platform?
We still have more platform, we still have, old business, new business, resolutions, other business. And the last piece is the rest of the platform.
I know.
Yes, there's the head teller has that's what we're on here. The head teller has been given like an announcement in 2 minutes, a little bit 2 minutes about national.
Is there any objection to hearing? Okay.
Okay, thank you all. First of all, I'm Mike Seebeck. I'm the head teller for the National Convention. I'm also on the JC and I'm running for re-election, but that's not what I want to talk about. Okay. First of all, thank you guys for having me. This has been a really fun convention. Appreciate that. I'm from Alabama next door, so I was able to drive over. Here's what's going down. The tellers are the ones who are the backbone for the convention. We're the ones who make sure that all the votes are tallied correctly, all the petitions are properly taken care of for the candidates, for all the offices. We make sure all the tokens for all the for the platform are taken care of properly, so everybody knows what they can vote on. We do a lot of work behind the scenes. We've got a system down to make it as seamless as possible, but that system is dependent upon having the volunteers to help do it. And I'm looking for about 12 to 16 people to help out. The recs are simple. Have a laptop, you can access a Google Drive. I do train with this, it's easy to do once you see it. I'm only making the same pitch to at least 3 other conventions over the next month. So all I'm asking for people who are going to consider it, and if you want to volunteer and give the entire party a hand in getting this done, because it's going to be crazy enough in Grand Rapids anyway. If we make it to our side as smooth as possible, it helps everything else. If you want to do that, please contact me. I'm available through the bylaws committee, through the platform committee at the national level, through the JC, and if you want to talk to me directly, I'll still be here tonight as well. And here's open. Yes, ma'am.
If you help the tellers tally the votes, do you give up your seat delegation?
You do not.
How does that work? You vote and then run?
Well, the way the process normally works is that the delegation chair gets the packet for whatever the race and the candidate is, and then they distribute the ballots, and then they make sure that you as a delegate gets your ballot, you cast your vote, give it back to them, and then do the tallying separately. The only oddball thing for the occasion is that if you're a candidate for an office, like for example, with me with running for JC again, and that's up for election, I have to recuse myself from that ballot, from doing those tallies. But for the rest of it, yeah, you would not lose your delegate slot if you're volunteering to help out. Last three conventions that have done this, we didn't have any issue with that at all. The trick is making sure that your delegation chair knows you're up there in the teller's pit. Any other questions I can answer for anybody? Alrighty, thank you, appreciate it.
All right, we are now on resolutions.
I have a resolution.
All right.
I will send this to you, just tell me where I need to send it, but, would you like me to read it first?
Go ahead.
And send it. The
Send
secretary.
it first and then.
Well, I think zane.placealp.com.
Zane.placealp.com.
Oh, and, well, actually, send it to lp.of.georgia@gmail.com.
lp.of.georgia.
There's two dots.
LP dot of dot Georgia@gmail.com.
The dots can be ignored.
Yeah, dots don't matter on Gmail, by the way.
You can just say whatever.
For future
Well, I'm
reference.
sending it now.
Dots and pluses are ignored.
Here you go. I just sent it to you.
It's not a good thing.
Should be in there.
You don't get to do that.
It's sent from my personal channel.
It's already 90 days HTML instead of more now. Email through. It's like. Emails. It's HTML, correct? It's HTML. Your email is personal. Yeah.
All right, if you'd like to move it, our general practice is to read the whole thing. I hate it, but it's important that everybody hear it, so we see it.
Or mine.
All right, guys. So, whereas the situation with the Libertarian Party is unstable with palpable tension that requires the Libertarian Party of Georgia to be in control of its autonomy, whereas the Libertarian National Convention is scheduled to take place in Grand Rapids, Michigan on May 21st through 25th, 2026, whereas the Libertarian Party of Georgia is authorized to join into agreements with other state affiliate parties to send a regional representative to the Libertarian National Committee, LNC, under Article 7.2C of the Libertarian Party bylaws. Whereas traditionally the chair of the Libertarian Party of Georgia has been authorized to agree to these agreements, be it resolved by the delegates of the Libertarian Party of Georgia assembled in convention, that's us, that A, the chair is only authorized to join in an agreement with other state affiliates for the purposes of representation to the Libertarian National Committee if the following subsections are met. A, the chair shall transmit the text of any prospective agreement to the executive committee as soon as possible, but not less than 12 hours before any such agreement may be due to the LNC secretary. B, the agreement allows the withdrawal of the Libertarian Party of Georgia upon a 3/5 majority voted by the executive committee. B, if the chair violates this resolution, it is the recommendation of the delegates of the Libertarian Party of Georgia that the chair be suspended for cause under Article 4, Section J of the LP of Georgia bylaws. Furthermore, any LP Georgia officer or member of the executive committee may preserve the right to appeal a violative agreement by communicating to other state affiliates the lack of authority of the chair to join into this agreement that does not conform with this resolution. This resolution will only apply to the 2026 Libertarian National Convention in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Do I have a chance to speak to this? All right, guys, the reason for this is exactly what it says at the very top. It's to preserve our state autonomy, and that the executive committee can, I've always believed in decentralizing power. For me, I think the unilateral authority to enter into these agreements does kind of create a situation where outside forces outside of the state of Georgia can persuade, and I'm not casting any aversions, but can put pressure on a state chair to enter into an agreement that maybe the state executive committee does not agree with. This allows us to have the proper oversight and to make sure that the state party of Georgia is preserving its autonomy and making sure that any regional agreement we enter into is one that benefits the Libertarian Party of Georgia and not maybe another outside interest. So this is just a measure for us as a body and as an executive committee to have better control nationally where our state rests its power to send a regional representative to the LNC.
Question. Did you say that he has to just inform us of the agreement, or that the ExCom has to vote on it?
It has to be informed of no less than 12 hours before it's due to the LNC secretary, and we have to have the ability to remove ourselves from the agreement through a 3/5 vote. So
why wouldn't the ExCom vote on it?
the reason being is a lot of times when you're doing these meetings, it has to happen very quickly, and it does have to be, there's not a ton of time to organize these things. And so what we want is to allow our chair to do the job of coming to us with an agreement, but for us to basically sign off on it. And if we do not approve of it, we can remove ourselves through a 3/5 vote. It's not a simple majority. It does require more than that because it is giving that amount of benefit of the doubt, so to speak.
Question? Excuse me, an interesting proposition. What kind of agreements are we talking about? I've been involved for a while, and I'm having a hard time. What agreements do we
This is
make with
essentially,
other states?
so you know how states collect each other into regions nationally,
Yeah.
and based on the percentage of the state party's total amount, there's a formula that decides how many regional representatives get sent to the LNC for that region. And so we just want to make sure as a body, as an executive committee, that we have the ability to check off on that, and if we don't like it, through a 3/5 majority, remove ourselves from said agreement.
On who the representatives are?
On what states we decide to join with as a Georgia party, what other state parties we enter into with for a regional agreement.
Okay, so we pick the parties that we want to join.
Yeah, I mean, it's all libertarian parties, but we, like right now, our region is Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. If we say wanted to join a different region, we would need our chair to let the executive committee know, and if we don't approve through a 3/5 vote, we can rescind that agreement.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This sounds like a diversion of power, but why would it only be for this one convention?
Well, two reasons. First off, I prefer to think of it as decentralizing power and actually allowing the total state executive committee to have an ability and mechanism to put on the brakes if we decide that unilateral action is not the best in the interest for us. The reason I'm saying to do it for this one convention is because to change the whole system around would require, I believe, a higher vote threshold. And also, the reason in particular is because there's already been lots of discussion about changing regional agreements. There's already been lots of chatter in the libertarian sphere about it. And I just think to preserve our state party's autonomy and to preserve our ability to say no to that, we should have some mechanism. And again, this is not a simple majority, it's a 3/5, and so it is giving a certain amount of benefit of the doubt here. But I just want to make sure that if we see something that we feel is not in the best interest of the state of Georgia, that the executive committee can have a say. And that it's just not a unilateral decision, no matter who the chair is or how it works. I don't like it anyway, but this resolution is written for this one particular.
Question, I see the timeline for the chair to submit to the ExCom.
Mhm.
But what's the timeline for ExCom to respond to that so that other agreements might be formulated?
So as I understand it, so we would have to submit a vote basically on this very quickly. We would hope that the chair would not come to us 12 hours before the vote is due. But if we decide to rescind this, we can absolutely do this early enough to allow the chair to go back and form another region. Or failing to change anything, we would just the same region, would we not? not? Do we have to, I don't believe we have to alter that, do we? Anybody know? Yeah, what was the question? Sorry.
Okay, request for information. Says the chair shall transmit the text of any prospective agreement to the executive committee. Would that qualify as via Basecamp as a communication platform?
If that is the communications platform we're still using at that time, which is the one we're using right now, yes, that would count. The executive committee all has access to that Basecamp, so you would be able to transmit that via Basecamp, and that would fall under the agreement, yes.
Currently, in the policy manual, the threshold, the timeline is like 7 days. So this is 12 hours, and then 7 days for the executive committee is the actual policy. So it basically could be seen as a complete nullification. Is that not correct?
Are we in debate?
He's asking.
It's a question.
It would be up to XCOM to implement the policy into their policy. So that's gotta be something we gotta do.
I will take that as the correct answer. That sounds exactly right.
My thought was the same way, right? Like, I don't understand how this is a resolution as opposed to some type of bylaw or rule change of some sort, right? Like, I think it needs to go through a different mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, we are just a few months away from the national convention. I don't think there's the ability. Would we have to change that?
So it might not be binding if we pass it here, as it would be with bylaws, but if it were to be broken, it could still be cited as like, hey, the convention directed this thing and that trust was broken. It's not binding, but it's also, I mean, it's important still. Yeah.
And I would say the reason to bring this up now is we have the full delegation body being able to vote on it as opposed to just XCOM at the next meeting. I would really like to have the full body be able to have input in this. And then if the body directs us to do this, we can start to try to implement this at our next XCOM meeting.
Okay, that was a lot of questions. We'll open it up to debate.
How would this play out under the existing system right now? And then go through that scenario, and then how would it play out with your change? Is it like we're supporting a certain person for an office, or what?
This is to merely make the regional agreement to decide which states are part of the region. It doesn't have to do with who is getting picked to be the region rep. It's mostly to create the formula of how many region rep seats we get, and also which states we are technically bind and affiliated with. So, that's really the main thing of this, is like, which states are formed with which states. It doesn't have to do with the individual party officers that are elected to the LNC, other than the fact that based on whatever states we organize with, we have to pull somebody from one of those states. That's gonna be our region rep.
Do we have a certain region we're kind of aligned with already?
Yes, our current region is what I call personally SEC region. It's Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and Tennessee. So, pretty regionally, all located in the same area, a lot of the same values, a lot of the same food.
You could call it the Little Confederacy.
Basically, I mean, if you want to call it, you call it whatever you want. But I call it is I call it 4 states being able to make sure that Florida doesn't control the whole region. That's true. You can call it 4 southern states plus Florida.
I just want to say it seems, well, I guess inherently divisive. And it seems like a bylaw issue, and maybe it should have been brought up there first, and just to see what the threshold would be for the votes. But I think that this is a pretty divisive issue. Inherently.
So in other words,
Anybody needs some text?
why?
I can't vote on it, so no.
Brought to the bylaws committee before as a bylaw.
speak to it.
Yeah, so I think speaking, I guess technically in favor here, it seems to me from my understanding that currently, if the chairs of each of the currently represented state parties were to come together and say, hey, let's add North Carolina to the fold, they could do that just amongst themselves with this regional agreement and the autonomy afforded to state chairs. This would simply give us, as the XCOM, the opportunity to say, hey, North Carolina's been up to some wild stuff lately. We're not sure we want to be involved in that. That's my understanding here. Am I incorrect?
You're correct, sir.
Okay.
It doesn't require us a vote to approve it. It requires us a vote once notified to unapprove it if we do not like it as an executive committee.
Correct.
Representing the state. Yeah, it's not like we all have to sit in on the meeting and go, what about North Carolina?
Is there any further debate?
I'm just curious because I've never been involved in region formation before. Is a provision for allowing one of the member states to withdraw the next vote a common provision, or would this be anomalous?
Be frank, I'm not the most up to date. Sergey, your hand went up. Do you know the answer?
Yeah, so recently, the Judicial Committee, and I was talking to Mike about this, had a meeting, or not a meeting, a hearing and an opinion about LP Wisconsin, was it? Wisconsin, where their chair entered into an agreement, and their XCOM, their version of XCOM, said that he didn't have that authorization, and so they tried to suspend that agreement, saying that it's a non-authorized party signing on to an agreement, so it's void. The problem being that they didn't have any form of like bylaw clause or anything to show that says that had some form of power to determine who had authority to enter into the agreements. Because it's been presumed for the longest time that chairs do, but that's not something that's like written down in, I don't think that's written down in.
I think it is actually in our bylaws, but
That was part of the ruling, wasn't it?
It was part of it. Part of it was that, part of it also was the way that their agreement was structured, was that a state could not leave the agreement if it caused the representation percentage to fall below the 10% threshold, which basically left them stuck in the agreement. But also there was a clause in there that said they could decide to not participate in anything business involving regional representation. So they'd be kind of just stuck there as an idle, not doing anything member of the region to keep 10%. And they wouldn't be doing it. So they kind of got motion with its own decision.
Yeah, so it says affiliate parties may, by mutual consent, band together to form representative regions. In each such region, with an aggregate national party sustaining membership of 10% or more, shall be entitled to one national committee representative, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say chair specific. We just have always done it through the chair. That's just kind of like everyone assumes. You are the representative of the party.
Different states do it.
Yeah, different states do it.
Policy chair
Is it?
that is part of our policy manual, is that the chair is authorized to enter into contracts. And then I think the only provision is a certain threshold for dollars.
So again, this is a resolution, so it's non-binding, but, I just think that, like, us as libertarians, we don't really believe in strong centralized power, so it shouldn't be really that much of a debate to say that, hey, the chair should maybe check with the executive committee who was elected to represent the members of the party before entering into such an agreement. I just don't think it's that far-fetched, and again, this is a non-binding resolution. We're trying to go against any bylaw, we're trying to go against the SOP. We can even adjust the SOP a lot easier than the bylaws. But I would expect kind of this level of respect from the chair anyway, and I have not seen the opposite. I should be clear. I'm not implying that I've seen else here, but I don't know. This just seems like simple stuff that everyone should agree with. Please check with us.
Is there any further debate? Hearing none, we'll close debate and we'll take this to a vote. Those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
I'm going to do that by a raised hand. Those in favor, please indicate so by raising your hands.
You Nate can speak up about why. I'm interested.
Okay, y'all can lower your hands. Those opposed?
You like the strong centralized power. Got it.
You like to say him.
I don't control that guy. He's up there. You got the mic.
It's right here.
Yeah. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and the resolution is adopted. All right, any other resolutions? I will always entertain a motion to adjourn. Other business. Signy die. Is that signy die? Who did that? Motion to adjourn.
Did I hear?
Signy die and seconded. Those in favor of adjourning indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
We never finished.
The meeting is adjourned.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was that
So,
bad?
thank you, everybody. We did not finish platform,
Yeah, we never
but
finished bylaws.
I didn't think about that.